So we've been a bit nervous, I think, so as not to be misunderstood and for no one to ever misunderstand our view of what the fall's about. So we've been anxious to teach what I think we could call a fortunate fall. And it was that. And the Book of Mormon does teach that. What is the verse that comes to mind?
But there has to be opposition in all things.
Okay, and? Adam fell that men might be. That's the necessity of the fall, right? The place, the significance of the fall. I'm reminded of a paragraph or so by C.S. Lewis in the book Miracles, where he says, I'm going to paraphrase, but I think I've got it right. He says, I wonder what it would be like if we could identify a world somewhere that had not fallen. I wonder what life would be like there. And then he says, one wonders what it would be like for them in the worlds to come, in their heavenly condition. And then he went on and taught a bit and then said this, but I am fully persuaded that redeemed humanity will rise far higher than unfallen humanity. You following? I'll say that again. Redeemed humanity will rise far higher than unfallen humanity. Does that make sense? Now, why would that be the case? Because the atonement is not just about fixing the books. I got to balance justice and mercy. No, it's much, much more than that. What else does it do? It rehabilitates us to the point where we are what we never could have been had there been no atonement. I used to hear Elder McConkie almost every general conference use a phrase like this: if there had been no fall, there could have been no atonement. And I remember through the years honestly thinking to myself, well then, wouldn't it have been best not to have a fall so we wouldn't need an atonement? Problem? I'm dumb. Why? Because again, the atonement makes me more than I am. It doesn't just bring me back to here, it brings me up here. The atonement makes us into people who are spiritually prepared to stand in the presence of God. Elder Hafen, in his book, The Broken Heart, said it this way. He said, I used to wonder if a person were to suffer for his own sins, could he do that and therefore go into the celestial kingdom? He said the answer is absolutely not. Because repentance and forgiveness is not just about fixing the bad. It's about bringing us the kind of spiritual stature that makes us comfortable in holy settings, okay? And so, in an effort to come across optimistically about the fall, this is current. I mean, I was with a friend of another faith not long ago, and we got to talking about this, and he says, look, Bob, I'll tell you the difference between us. When I see Adam and Eve, I want to spit on them. I said, really? He said, yeah, and you want to do a high five. I said, well, that is a big difference. He said, I despise them because of what they did to our world. Now, that's so short-sighted, you know. And by the way, I can't tell you how many other people I've read about this from other faiths, namely John Wesley believed the very thing. The fall was absolutely necessary because it brought the atonement. St. Augustine, same thing. The fall brought the atonement. Okay.